So this morning we're focusing on foreign investment, and believe it or not, Africa is getting its very own World Trade Centers. Joining us is Julius Steyn. He's the president of World Trade Center Africa. Julius, good morning. Thanks for your time. You've been doing an increasing amount of business around the world, not only just on the continent. From your perspective, what are some of the greatest impediments to foreign direct investment here in Africa, and specifically South Africa?
Good morning, Iman. Fantastic. Thank you for this opportunity to have this interview with you. Iman, we are involved in 12 different African countries, and the reason for that is for diversification purposes. Investors view Africa as almost as a chessboard. South Africa is just one block on this massive continent, and if the environment is more lucrative to invest in one region than in another region, then they will typically go for that particular region. South Africa has got a very sophisticated regulatory framework and a very sophisticated banking framework, but that also makes it a little bit more difficult to do business in South Africa than, for instance, in Kenya or Tanzania or some of the other African countries. That does not mean that South Africa is completely non-competitive, but it makes it less attractive than, for instance, some of its counterparts in the rest of Africa.
But you're doing business here. You want to do business here like you do elsewhere in the world. So you're finding a way to navigate around these impediments. What are some of the tools you're using to create a footprint here?
Okay, very importantly, we focus on the SME market, or as it's also nowadays known, the bottom of the pyramid. Meaning that we focus on companies that have previously not been involved in global trade, that have not been involved in accessing foreign markets and so forth. And that is where the World Trade Center plays a vital role. It focuses on those companies and entities that require access to foreign markets. We are also involved in a full integrated business philosophy, meaning that we are involved from the source right through to the transportation, the shipment, the logistics, right through to the export component or the offtake agreements. Yeah. And in our business, we provide the impact funding for that kind of solutions.
Would you agree, Julius, that in some ways there has to be an evolutionary aspect to the way people want to do business in South Africa, compared to the way business is done elsewhere in the world? Because of some of our regulatory controls, which might seem repressive, etc., some of the very specific problems we have, they really have to modify their approach as you have.
Yes, but I think it is more a matter of the people's mindsets, or the companies or the country's mindset. I think we have reached a little bit of a level of complacency where we have enjoyed the flavor of the month, or the more safe haven on the continent, and that is fast busy changing. There are significant other investment opportunities on the continent. So to me, it's more a view that this level of complacency in business people in South Africa's mindsets must change completely. Yeah. They are not. It is not the easiest thing to raise capital globally, and if you do, you are on a as I said, on a chessboard. Yeah. Of various opportunities on the continent.
Yeah, complacency is an interesting word, Julius, and the minister yesterday, the minister in the presidency also said strong leadership is what is needed right now. We thank you for your time. Appreciate it. The president of the World Trade Center Africa, Julius Steyn.